Happy Hanukkah. I'm hoping we might do a little something different this week. I want us to just take a few deep breaths together. It has been an increasingly stressful time, and it is good to slow down every now and again and just breathe. So it might feel a little strange, but if you will, humor me, and let's just start and take 3 big deep breaths together. In our faith tradition, we equate breath with life and soul. It's interesting to note that in the Bereshit account of Adam's creation, the first human being, it is said that God breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living soul. And 3 more times in the book of Genesis, we find this expression, the breath of life. And in each instance, breath is equated with life itself. So what might this mean? What does this mean for us? First, we learn that breath and breathing is a gift, and it is a gift that comes directly from God. And second, that through our breath, and through Adam's first breath, it is when Adam becomes a living soul. And from this, it becomes evident that the breath and the soul, the breath and the spirit, are the same. That to breathe is to be alive, and that the breath of life is the spirit of life, and it is the soul. And ultimately, it means that this is divinity itself. As we read in the book of Job, the Spirit of God had made me, and the breath of the Almighty have given me my life. So when I ask us to breathe together, I know it feels a little strange, especially between the screen, but it's actually an incredibly intimate moment with one another, but also with our God. And that meditation on the breath, then, is a direct meditation on God, that there is no intermediary whatsoever. It is simply living and acknowledging that we are God's creation and that we are living with God's gift of life and gift of breath. So even when the world is at its darkest, and even when prayer feels challenging and we just can't seem to connect, we can always note that all we have to do is breathe and to feel gratitude for the ability to breathe. And then we can feel God's nearness. So let's just breathe together again. Let's take a few more breaths together. So wishing everyone a happy Hanukkah. May we find the strength to breathe in light, and by God's light and God's gift of breath, that each of us can become a light and breathe out light into the world and brighten this darkened world. Chag Hanukkah Sameach.